Wow, you're really going to town.
I'm sorry, what?
You're really going to town on this thing.
I was deep in thought. See, I couldn't remember where we left off on the back of this because so much has happened. So when I put on the trailer, the car is so low that this fender was just here on tabs and it got hung up and fell. And a lot of questions have been, well, how do you make everything symmetrical? So we started laying this out to be symmetrical and it all got put in a different position. So that's what we're going to address today. Symmetry and form. There's a couple things. Since the fender kind of came off, it was just resting here. So I think there's like a little area here that's kind of sitting on, or it was, and it stretches those tabs. So yeah, it's wide open for interpretation. I think the safest thing to do is start making some measurements, and we're going to make cardboard templates off of the side that's finished. Transfer it over to here. I mean, a quick idea, I think, would be to just pull a square edge off of this vertical piece, see how high the fender is right before the cut. So let's do that. So again, nothing too exaggerated, but when I say exaggerated, I could make sure that this upright was plumb vertical up off the ground, but I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to rough it in just to see if my idea on how that other side was lined up. And so roughly, just to say, because see if you tilt this, right, it goes up and down, but just looking at it like that. We're going to hold fast to that and see how it compares. We're looking straight across, and it is. I see the bolt hole. We're just ahead of the bolt hole right here. So that's high.
Oh, wow. It is high.
So it's about right there. So yeah, maybe it was just sitting. I did not tack that, so we built that, so that's cool. But the reason this has to be the same height is because we want symmetry in the fender bulge. So let me just check that, and I'm going to tack that if that's a 100% yes. Basically right there at the bolt hole. Another way to do this, and I've done it in the past, is to set up vertical posts on each side of the car, throw a rail across, drop a measurement, etc. I really don't think we're going to need to do that, but I've got some tables. We got some time to fill. So again, is the floor completely flat? I don't know. We're just going for something. These tables are coming out about 37. This one is the same. Go figure. Put a bar across that and see what we got. For anyone that might be questioning, no, this is not the all-purpose sanding, etc. bar.
What happened to that bar?
I don't know.
It got lost in the move.
Got lost in the fray. Let's check that bar. Top of that, 39 on the money. Same here. Easy enough. We're going to measure right down to that bolt hole. Right here, we got 10 and 5/8, 10 and 3/4. Yeah, 5/8. And in here, we got, oh, this one is lower. This is 10 and 7/8. That's got to go down. See, this is probably just pinched up just a little bit because when it hit the trailer, it probably pushed the fender up. There it is, 10 and 7/8. All right, so that's our mark. Right now, we're going to be doing a lot of work on this, so I'm going to stick a quick vertical leg, tack it right to the fender so that doesn't drop as we add weight to it, and hammer. We built that on the floor of the other shop, so that's right flat on the ground now. We need a stick about 20 inches long. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that nice sharp edge sticking up, which really keeps things exciting. So if you remember way back in the day when Victor visited that one time, he had me move this fender. I think I moved it out, I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out.
You could always watch the YouTube video.
Reminds me of another Spaceballs reference. They're all around us.
All around us.
So what we're gonna do, and we did this is like deja vu right now. We actually took a piece of paper and we traced out the whole contour of this fender, because I can't remember, he had me do something. So we're just gonna say like so, and pretty much like so. Now the only real reference we have is from this measurement to how that swings outside. Because it's really, you know, you'd have to make a grid on the floor, and I'm done measuring for today.
That looks like a boobie.
I'm sorry, what? You don't like our template?
Looks just like a boobie.
This is a car channel. We will refer to them as Dagmars.
Oh, fancy. Or boobies.
So, yeah, see how he had me change it? He didn't have me pull this out. Oh, wait. There it is. I did move that. Yeah, just like that. Boom. No references. No references to what is center. Unless we pull a line from the hood straight back to here. Where's the masonry line? Back at the ranch.
Uh-oh. Do we have to take a trip to Carl's? Ian found it.
Just goes to show. Gotta improvise.
But you know what's crazy is, like, if we were still at the ranch at your shop, you would not have that. And you'd have to go all the way to Carl's.
Oh, yeah.
But here we have it. Carl's is literally 5 minutes, if that.
But also, another thing that's amazing is how many times I back my trailer up and smash the taillights off of it. So I happen to have a lot of trailer wiring kits because I never use. No, because I changed the lenses, and they all come with 20 feet of wire. So we're going to use this.
Repurpose, baby.
As a simple. Check that out. What color do you like best? Green, yellow, or brown?
Green, yellow, or what?
What do you like better, green or yellow or brown?
Yellow.
Let's do yellow. Here we go. So we're going to pull off of the center of the hood. Happens to be a nice hole in the hood right there. All right, we're in business. So I'm going to pull this straight down the line of the front hood, like so, onto that seam. So that seam is a little bit off center. And I'm going to come straight down. Let me get something to tie this to. Now I'm going to have to stand back and look at that. These seams, remember we freehand cut that. So may or may not be perfectly centered, but I'm going to measure the deck lid opening. To the center, we got about 20, 19 3/4. Here we got 18. Yeah, no, this does turn out to be the center right here. That is the center. We got 19. We got 19. Dead center for the inside of the fender. We're going to come along to 27. So this vertically is going to be 27. It's got to come out further. It's not long enough. Maybe that's what had Victor have me change. I can't remember. I think he said widen it. So yeah, we're gonna have to take this out 1 more inch at 26. And also, just say from that tip to this here is 31. We're gonna want that to do the same. So yeah, 30 and a half. So it has to come out right to there. That's 31. Cool. So let's begin. I just put in a couple temporary sticks. We'll use some solid rod and just pin it in. We'll have to cut those out later, but that'll get us started. Right, 31 is right there. And then we'll push that out as well. So let's get a 10-inch piece. Another one. Setting these up so I can cut them off from the underneath later. Right. Now that we have that fixed, we can set this into position. That looks even, and we know how much we have to push this out. This has to twist out. Temporary tack on here. Not really worried about that fender not landing on the ground right here, because that was something Victor said he wanted to change too. Because these two are going to rip off going on a trailer. So he's talking about bringing the fenders up just a little bit and kind of bringing this up in the end. But we're just making a perfect template from side to side. So now that's locked in, we can begin. Follow me for more trailer wire tips. So now, class, what's this? See, the comments already came in. Do you know what this is?
No.
All right, so it's a sheet metal tool that I haven't used since the day I got it. There's a thing called an acorn plate. It's a big, heavy steel plate, kind of like my table, but it has a series of holes in it, square holes. So you pop that in there, and this is kind of like a dolly. See how it has different surfaces? So if it's mainly for architectural stuff, you're making some roof flashing or whatever, you could lay that on there, boom, boom, you got something to hammer to. I never use it. I have 3 of them. I don't know what that piece is technically called, but it goes too.
And you did just use it, technically speaking.
First time for everything.
Just saying.
So now we're going to want to know, where does this whole thing work over there? So I was thinking we're going to take our BOOB template. Yep. We're going to trace this. And come on with the ASCII questions. We're getting some good ones. We're on a roll.
Right.
Send them. Anything you see here and you have a question or something going on, maybe in your personal life you need to discuss, I'm here. All right, so that's hitting the ground. We're going to come in here. We're going to find where this round thing comes into play. Where is that thing? There it is. Now, what everybody else wanted to hear, flip it and reverse it. Whoosh. That comes down to the ground. All right, cool. Why isn't there enough metal here? It's close, but... well, it is close. It just comes right in. So yeah, be very tight. I might have to make a different flange on that one. We got that sitting there. We're going to measure this out. We're going to try to form that. We did it once. We're going to do it again. There's a tool I have. Might be still here or might be back at the ranch. Once upon a time, I used to live on the back side of this sheet metal break.
Uh-oh. Would it be on this cart over here full of stuff?
It's a long tool. You've seen it before. And I put it like on the roof of a car to see what the contour is, the contour gauge.
Yeah. I've seen that thing.
What?
Is this the contour thing?
I don't know, it's like 3 feet long.
Yeah.
And you know better than me. Is that the thing we're looking for? You know, that's the thing we're looking
Found
for.
it.
You know what? It's right where I left it. The old contour gauge.
You were right over here too. You looked right at it.
I don't even know where my shoelaces are lately. That's how confused I am.
Oh,
Man, that's a good cup of coffee. It's even better in the right mug.
get you some merch, guys. The holidays are coming up. Shameless plug.
This is really cool. I'm going to have to find the link to where to get them. It's a contour gauge. So you saw I just put it on the table and made it flat. These little things tighten. So I'm going to take a quick rough estimate right down the center of this thing. Tighten them up so that we have a curve. We're going to step to the tool I am least proficient with. The old English wheel. I'll leave this here so we know what top is top. Then we're going to take a measurement on this piece. Yeah, as I remember, this thing was about 10 by something and we trimmed it back. Let's just stay with the program and make this 10 by 40 here. Yeah, it's almost 11. Let's go 11 by 40. We'll start working. Now the big question here is not can he do it, because he did it. On the other side, it's can he do it again? We'll find out right after this cut. The part where Mr. Longyard cringes. Sent me a lot of good information. But here I am putting another dirty piece of steel into the... For me, the most critical thing is to not have any grit. You know, he had a pristine piece of steel or aluminum that he would prep. Right down to acetoning it and everything. That's just not who I am. I understand that if you have sand on this, it's going to cause the steel to get chewed up. It's an abrasive, so I try to stick to that. These wheels would be polished in a real shop. When I say real, I mean a real coach building shop. That feels decent. This is pretty much where it's at. Just going to try to make something stick. I have that contour gauge set up so I know the top is facing up on the car. And we're going to start to put some tension into this piece. It's so long and it's actually working to my benefit because I can feel it. Especially right here, it's really putting a good pull on it. I think I'm going to work it from the halfway point. Because that felt a little bit out of control. Alright. So that's pretty curvy. But we need to go this way as well. I'm going to bring it to here. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to tighten it. Try to get half of it in there. That's one of the advantages of having a wheel this big. See, I'm going to have to flip the sheet. I'm starting to run out of space. But there's a lot of room in here. So it is rising up off the floor. Just doing the noodle. I'm going to do that. Yeah, see? Okay, but it doesn't seem like it has enough curve this way at all. Nope. So we're going to try to pull so I don't forget. Make this the top. Now this looks reasonably cool. Seems like that one is definitely bubblier, but I'm going to try to pull that down. So we're going to work towards this corner. And anyone that knows how to do this stuff, please chime in. I really don't know what I'm doing. Again, as he said, staying off of the edges. When I say pull down, I'm actually raising the center of the sheet. I am pulling down on it, but it is effectively stretching that. I didn't even go in with the shrinker and pull that edge. A little tension in it. That's starting to do something. See how this is starting to buckle up here? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to shrink that. Yeah, it's starting to flow. Yeah, all right. So we get El Magnet Gigante.
Do you know where that's at?
It's right where I stuck it.
Oh boy.
We're in the ballpark. It's definitely down to there. So let's just see. This one isn't hitting the ground. Oh, because that's 48 inches too. Let's measure up off the ground, see where this is at. See, this becomes a thing when you lose point of reference. So that comes to here. So off the dashboard, so we know the doors are where we want them. It's 59 inches back off the dashboard. 67. So we want 59. Great magnet. We want that thing to come there. But the edge of this is much further. There's a huge overlap. So that one's coming to 66. So really 66 is the number we're shooting for. Because I made that in 2 pieces. There's no reason I can't make this in 1. Yeah, so we're at 67. I feel better just putting this in as is. Let's see what the curve looks like. So from 67 down, that's that. Right there, down the center. Yes, that one's clearly curvier. You gotta bring this up a lot. Back in the tool. It's close to perfect, but I don't know, something about it. And this all fits good, but I just feel like this is not in proportion. Oh, that's just over a Sharpie. Oh no, it's in proportion.
I would say from back here, when you're holding it on there, do you want me to hold it on there for you?
No.
Oh, okay. I'd say it does look proportionate.
Well, all right. So from here, about 9.5. Yeah, well, it should be coming right to there. Right to here. This looks good right there. As this comes down. There it is, right there. So it's interesting. I was having all that problem with the wobble. You saw it buckling. Mm-hmm. So by putting it through the shear, it just smashes that edge a little more rigid. So that should help it. Just gonna put a tack on it real quick and look at it again.
Ian just said that's not right, not even close.
That's exactly what I said. You know, in all my years of doing this, it just doesn't seem to be as symmetrical as I've accomplished before. That's what I said. Roughly speaking, 28. Right, so this looks good here. That's in the correct spot. But this is coming in way too much. When I put the straight edge on that side, it came in reasonably close. See, like that? Mm-hmm. Basically from that seam out, it only turned off hard at that last 4 inches. It was an optical illusion.
Does it all measure? Like, do the numbers check out?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
That's what I was telling you. It's 3 inches off.
It is?
27 to here, 24 to here. So I'm gonna have to cut that tack weld and push it in as far as I can. I need a small trim. So the thing is, it was resting in the same contour, but it needs to has to be more dipped down, see? So just that little bit, and it sends it right to where there's no more body. That's what we're looking for, to have it right down there. So a little trim. So this is going to rigidize the entire length of that join. I think we're going to be in action. It was really wobbling a lot. Yeah, see, so that puts a little tension right through there. No more of that action. So that's the tension I was describing. It's gotta all come together. So I'm gonna work on getting this trimmed up now. Just trying to find the apex of that fender right there, that bend. Right there. Alright, so last but not least, this little corner, that'll be fast and efficient. Alright, so last thing is that template I left oversized on the steel. We're going to want a 90-degree bend coming inside the fender. So that's first on the brake. Alright, so obviously that's straight. We're going to put it in the shrinker. We'll make a template off of the passenger side. the way that the Cadillac was trimmed. See, I got a little bit of an opening right here. So I'm just gonna fill that in. I got this TIG welding rod. I'll lay it right in there. All right, so that's the Symmetry and the fab on the rear of the car. The rest is just welding. What's been throwing me off the whole time is the fact that this angle here is doing that, whereas when that top cap comes on, it's straight across right there.
Yeah.
That's what's been messing with my head. Love cars.